Hello and welcome to Northants Authors YouTube channel. I'm Morgan Bailey, one of the authors of Northants Authors, and just here to tell you a little bit about us. We are a cooperative of mainly self-published but also traditionally published authors who live within the county of Northamptonshire, England, and have books, whether it's ebooks or paperbacks, for sale. We attend local events and it's great meeting our public. And of course they love the fact that they can have books signed by us to keep and read themselves or to give as presents. This series is a little way of getting to know us better and hear extracts from our books. I hope you enjoy. We hope you enjoy them.
Sunday afternoon is rehearsals with the local amateur dramatic society. I'm very excited by this. We're putting on our own original musical, Plague, with an exclamation mark, for which I have written the script, the music and songs. I'm not directing, as I think that role should go to Mikey, one of our more anxious villagers, who has a deluded idea that it's an opportunity to get into professional theatre. It's a 2-act piece which has taken me 6 years to write and tells of a village similar to my parish, tormented and decimated by the Black Death of 1346. Their troubles, how they cope, their horrible ends. I've written a selection of uplifting songs for peasants, monks and others to belt out, and a couple of hymns and a rousing closing number affirming the spiritual beneficence of the Lord, even though he killed off a few millions of his faithful followers to demonstrate how good he is. It's no surprise that I'm cast in the 2 best parts, one of which we're rehearsing this afternoon. "No, Robert!" Mikey shouts to me from the back of the hall. "In this scene, you're the lord of the manor. You care desperately for these people. Let's see some compassion in your dancing, if that's not too much trouble, dear." He points to Fiona, our pianist, to strike up again, and I launch into my song for the 7th time, supported by a chorus of bedraggled, plague-riven villagers, played by members of the society who aren't good enough to get speaking parts. The Crazy Bubonic Rag. "Hey everybody, come gather around. I'm Earl Fitzpatrick, lord of everything I see. I'm now going to speak, so listen to my sound. We've come to banish the pestilential flea. You'll get warts, you'll get cysts, some bothersome boils. You'll die in a fit of losing your breath. Diarrhea, vomiting and tapeworm coils. You've got it, you've got it, you've got the Black Death. Oh, the fleas, oh, the crying, the Black Death, it's such a drag. Oh, disease, oh, the dying, let's dance to the crazy bubonic rag. Oh, the gnats, oh, the powers, the Black Death, it's such a drag. Oh, the rats, oh, the flowers, let's dance to the crazy bubonic rag. Oh, the woes, oh, the misery, the Black Death, it's such a drag. God knows what a mystery. Let's dance to the crazy bubonic rag. Let's dance to the crazy bubonic rag. The chorus then goes into a dance choreographed by Amy Landerstone, who teaches ballet to oversized and overweight 9-year-old girls whose mothers think are beautiful. The line of 6 women trip forward and do some high kicks, except for Mrs. Underwood, as she has 2 arthritic knees, so can't keep up, and except for Ms. Turnbull, who thinks that women shouldn't be flaunting their legs, as it's an anti-feminist action born from centuries of male oppression. So she stands there and refuses to move. Amy Landerstone is, of course, kicking away, as if auditioning for a Las Vegas strip joint. Then the 4 men totter on their toes as they wave their arms in the air and turn a circle. It's all these arrhythmic fellas can do, and even that's an effort. Poor Mr. Potter loses his balance and falls against Jason Stranglewerter, a lively, good-looking youth without a thought in his head except for what he'd like to do to Amy Landerstone. He also falls, taking Mr. North with him. Everyone ends up in a heap on the floor, unsure how to react to being in close physical contact with so many other people all at the same time. In silence, the rest of us stand and watch as they struggle to get up, leaving Jason Stranglewerter holding Amy Landerstone at the bottom of the pile. For a moment, it appears as if they don't realise anyone else is in the hall. They untangle themselves and get up, laughing. Jason adjusts his trousers, not in the least embarrassed. "We must get the piano tuned," I say. "He's coming Wednesday," Fiona shouts from behind the piano. "And again," Mikey calls. "And do try to get it right, darlings." To recover, I take a walk around St. Giles's. As it is my church, I know it well, of course. But it is a wondrous place, full of undervalued, unappreciated treasures. The Fitzpatrick family, unrelated to the Irish families of the same name, has been here since 1126, and the church, named after St. Giles, the patron saint of the fear of the night, is a trove of medieval history. It is one of the oldest churches in England, having withstood the plague, the dissolution, the Civil War, the Restoration, and 2 world wars. The west-facing stained-glass window, depicting the crippling of St. Giles, is one of the finest early Renaissance examples of its kind. Look here and admire the grave and effigy of Earl Guillaume de Fitzpatrick, 1209 to 87. Although his size is exaggerated for effect, there is no doubt he was a sublime hero. Indeed, when the day is done and I am alone, I derive great comfort from lying face down on top of his effigy and whispering private thoughts to his long-departed spirit. Here is the headstone of Marguerite Fitzpatrick, 1517 to 61, who bore 14 children, 6 of which survived. After she sacrificed 3 to the devil, she was condemned as a witch and burnt at the stake. I talk to her often about topics of mutual interest. Here is the altar. It's of no interest. But this is my favourite. On the exterior of the church, it would be a gargoyle, of course, but as it decorates the interior, it's a chimera, or, lovely word, babewin. As you see, it is a large face in grey stone with dog-shaped ears coming out of the top of its head. 2 mops of hair, like giant seashells, are fixed to the 2 cheeks, going from the ears down to an elongated chin. A fat, flaring nose supports 2 bulbously popped eyes. A satanic smile stretches the mouth from ear to ear, and out of the mouth a thick, wide, and pointed tongue reaches out as far as it can go, and then some more. It's a sensuous, predatory tongue, and wherever you think it has slurped there and slurped some more. Laughing and sneering at the same time, the babewin looks down from a ridge above the pulpit, as if to remind the congregation that when I deliver my sermons, I too am mocked as a miserable sinner. I call him Gregory. I idolise him. I climb into the steps into the pulpit to wish him good night. Gregory, I say, time for bed. Standing before him, I pet his frigid hair. I reach up with both hands and caress his lascivious chin. Leaning over to stare into his hypnotising eyes, I stroke his cold yet febrile tongue. And as I stroke it, I whisper nonsense words and murmur exotic sounds. I don't know where they come from or what they mean, but they bring me meaningless comfort. When I'm alone, as I always am, I find solace in the most trivial and formless things. Let's dance, I find myself singing as I wrap my fingers around the tongue and continue to stroke. Let's dance to the crazy. My hand becomes moist. I stretch up to scrutinize it. The tongue stretches out to double its size and curls around the back of my hand. It tightens its grip so hard, my hand turns pale and goes numb. But I don't feel pain. The babewin's eyes blink, its stone hair shakes and its mouth opens wide. A deep guttural voice growls, "Let's dance." It trembles, letting out a guffaw so deafeningly grisly that the wall behind shakes with the strength of a minor earthquake. I can't escape. My hand is trapped. I am trapped. I am transfixed by the grinning gargoyle. My body is engulfed by the shudders possessing the whole building. Dust falls from eaves above the babewin onto my head and face. A spider descends from nowhere, hovers to stare into my eyes, and disappears back to where it came from. I screw my eyes tight as the tongue increases its grip on my hand. I'm convulsed as if having a fit. I could do nothing but hold on until gradually, thunderingly, the wall comes to a rest. The tongue relaxes its hold on me. My hand is restored and tingling with dancing delight. I pull it away and lean on my heels, my arms aching. I fall against the pulpit. The babewin's unblinking eyes turn to stone. Its hair freezes. Its mouth once more stretches from ear to ear. Its tongue resumes its medieval impudence. I stand alone, staring upwards in worshipful gaze. For the first time in as long as I can remember, I am happy.